A brief one, you all. I am not yet to talk about a lot of things. Girlhood must be crazy. Hello, guys. You're welcome to the amazing episode and Experience with Luchi podcast. Don't forget that this podcast is a platform for you to be expressive and a reality check. I'm your host to the most, if it is your Luchi Gloria, and this is going to be a brief one. Who don't find, don't find. Who get better shape, don't get better shape. Who get better character, don't get better character. Although we can work on the character. Who get personality, great personality, don't get her. As a babe, like I speak about this because I have been watching a lot of reality TV shows and I have seen that girlhood is crazy. Like one tiny thing can just disrupt a very beautiful relationship. And it's not the same thing when it comes to the boys when they're in teams and everything. With girls, somebody said with girls there must always be click. I found that it's difficult for girls to form a group. It's rather easy for the guys. The guys, it's very easy for them to form a group. And I really don't know what the problem is. In as much as I've titled today's topic, Girlhood is Crazy, I really do not know what the problem is. I myself have been in situations where I do not really have a problem with somebody, but we find it very difficult to relate. I find it even like one of my family friends, I find it very easy to relate with her brothers than her. There's just this unnecessary tension when it comes to girls, like when it comes to girls forming a group. And I don't know what it is. I went to boarding school, all girls, and at that point, I was still learning about myself. I did not know who I was, so it was easier for people to tell me who I was. And I remember how difficult it was for me to navigate being a girl and just finding myself, finding my circle, finding what works for me. It was just a lot because it was easier for them to tear me than to feel good about themselves. And I don't know what the problem is. And that is why I said that you talking down on somebody as a girl, you saying anything trashy about your fellow human or your fellow girl, does not necessarily mean that the person is not who the person is. Like, who is pretty, your word will not take anything out of her prettiness or her beauty. Who is tall, who has good personality, your warnings literally will not do anything. So I find I'm still trying to understand where this tension and where the problem is actually with the girls group, because it's just difficult really. It's very concerning, and I have somebody that I wanted to talk about this with on my podcast, but for some reasons I would communicate that episode this episode I would communicate it. I just wanted to introduce the topic and just air my grievances because I've been watching a lot of reality TV shows and it's just been pointed to the fact that it's also confirming my analogy that it's really difficult with women to form, because now I'm turning into a woman. So it's really difficult for both girls and women to turn, like to actually form a sane group. There's always going to be something. Somebody is always trying to tear the other person down. Somebody's always trying to state their point. Somebody's always trying to say certain things. And I really don't know what the problem is. I'm going back to that when I say we women, we don't even know what the problem is, and that is why they say we are very complicated, because everything is always the problem. Like, I really do not understand why it's difficult for us to just have a sane group. I really don't understand what the problem is, but I've noticed that it's very easy for people, women in quotes, to tear or to talk down on other women to feel good, and I don't really get it. I really don't get it because it's not going to change anything. Like, it's not going to do anything for you. Like, if you are jealous of somebody, if you talk down on somebody, if the babe is a babe, the babe is a babe. I don't waste time when I see a babe that is beautiful. I tend to admire God's creation. I was describing somebody to my sister, and she was like, literally, the person is a girl. I know, but she's just pretty. And I would say it. If you are pretty, I would say you're pretty. If you have like this great personality, I would say it. But I would not deny the fact that there's some situations where I will meet somebody that I'm familiar with and I may who will first greet each other. And the pride in humans, especially in women, will want to, oh, now you go first greet me. And sometimes even when you extend that hand of um you being cordial and you go tell the person, hi, what's up? The person will like, there's this, my God. I don't know what it is, but I feel girlhood is crazy. And I just came to rant about that today. Um, is there something that can be done? I wish every woman will know, every woman rather, I wish every woman would know and believe that everybody's beautiful in their own way. You just have to find what works for you. The fact that this person is looking pretty and beautiful today is because the person has put in a lot of work. An insecure babe is not a babe. An insecure babe can never really understand the power of a woman. So I just feel everybody should believe that they have their own strength and weakness. If you have a big bump, an advantage. If you have a good character, an advantage. If you have a pretty face, an advantage. You just have to find your own beauty within yourself. If it's how you speak, I hear some ladies speak and I'm like, girl, I wish I can speak like you. And you just have to find what is really beautiful about you and just hold it. I'm not saying you should make it all about you, but shine through that beauty, shine through that thing that makes you feel like the most beautiful woman in the room. Do you get what I'm saying? So basically, I really, really wish that everybody would just own, women especially, would just own the beautiful thing about us and stop looking at those things that feel like we are really insecure about. Because everybody get insecurity. Oh. The fact say we know the mirror. The fact, and it's difficult sometimes not to mirror insecurities, even though you feel like, oh, you figured yourself out. There's just some things that make you feel insecure, but don't make it your whole self. Concentrate on the beauty. Concentrate on the power of being a woman. Enjoy your femininity. Like, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what it really drag. So my fellow girls, my fellow women, let's enter the chat box and just tell me what it is with like the problem. Just tell me what it is. What causes that problem? What do you think is the problem that it's difficult for us to just come together and work? Why do we necessarily have to make up this alpha girl, this alpha queen? Like, enter the chat and tell me what the problem is. If you have any idea of what the problem might be. If I say I really know what they cause the rift, I don't really know. So I still am of the opinion that girlhood is crazy, womanhood is crazy, and everything. We are just complicated beings, and I feel like maybe if we understand ourselves better, it will be easier for people to understand us. Even ourselves, it will be easier for us to understand ourselves. Okay, guys, engage on this conversation on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on YouTube. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Like, I see those people, I see your support. Please like, share, subscribe. It's going to pop on the screen at Lucius Concept on YouTube. Yes, engage us on our social media platform, EWL_podcast, EWL on Instagram and TikTok. My private handle, Oluchimitizi, across all social media platforms. Okay, guys, I'm your host, Oluchimitizi Oluchigloria. Don't forget to spread love. Girls, calm down. It's not that serious. So don't forget to spread love because God is love. Love is God. Have an amazing, amazing week. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.